Alrighty, looks like we are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Getting all my systems set up here. So hello, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of the Uncomplicated Sales Challenge. If you are here with me live, please drop a hello. If you can subscribe to my channel or like this on YouTube, that would be great. As I mentioned yesterday, I'm new to YouTube, fairly new. And just doing this here because Facebook Lives have been a little bit wonky for me lately. And I wanted to make sure I could deliver this content to you without being interrupted. So that is why we are here on Facebook. If you are catching the replay later, let me get the chat screen open. If you're catching the replay later, you can let me know that you've caught this #replay. I will be putting the recording of this into our private Facebook group. It's going to be in the guides section. So you can access all 3 of these, both all the replays and also the assignments. So you're going to find all of that in our Facebook group. My cats are going crazy. Reclaim Power Facebook group afterwards. So just a recommendation or to get your assignments posted. I know how easy it is to come to these events, get lots of information, feel inspired, but not take the action, or to take the action, but do it quietly so that nobody can see you. If you want to bust shadow, if you want to get more powerful in your sales, if you want to be more successful, you need to take full ownership and responsibility for doing the work. It doesn't happen when you sit on the sidelines. It happens by jumping into the game and playing full out. That is how you make real transformation. That is how you make real change. One thing I just want to do real quick. Yes, we have sound. Good. I just always forget to check that the sound is working. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We are on day 2 of the Uncomplicated Sales Challenge, and this is all about the art of creating space for sales to happen. So like we did yesterday, I'm going to go ahead and share a screen with you so you're not staring at my face the whole time. Share screen. And there's my slides. All right. So let me know if you can see this. If you're here with me live, drop a hello. Let me know you're here. I don't see the slides up yet. Okay, they're coming up. Great. There we go. So we are on our slides. Perfect. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I always, as I said yesterday, start with this slide. I'm going to start with slide number 2. Why are you here? So I invite you to be present as you can. Good morning. Good morning. I think that's you, Susan. Take a nice deep breath into your belly. Open up your belly, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, be present, be present, be present, be present, and be in touch with why you are here. Be in touch with that reason. It's going to help you to really, it helps you to start activating your energy, actually, right? Be in reality with what's working, what's not working, and be in reality about your true desire, which hopefully you spent some time really clarifying for yourself yesterday. So just as a really quick recap, yesterday we talked about the importance of committing to being present in that space of observation, witnessing, noticing, and not judgment. We talked about the importance of having a clear and decluttered sales pathway to sales, clear and decluttered goal, and clear and decluttered energy. So free of debris, having clarity on your shadows, getting really clear, like what are the shadows that are in place for you that are preventing you from inviting the sales, making the sales, asking the sales to happen, closing on sales, all of that stuff. So that was all yesterday. If you're new here today, go back and catch the day 1 replay, do the 2 assignments. Hopefully, Susan, you did a great job. Assignment 1, assignment 2, get them posted, do the work. Okay. So that was day 1 recap. So shall we dive into day 2? Yes, day 2. Day 2, the focus today is about activation and what it really means to activate, what it really means to not only have active energy, but to be operating within active energy, and how to put this into practice with you, with your sales, and with your soul clients. I know that you all know what I mean by soul clients. Those are the people who are right for the work that you do, who are right for the next level. They're ready for that next level that you can unlock for them through whatever service or product you offer. So that's what we're focusing on today. And the first part is the biggest. We're going to talk about you, right? It's all about you. It's all about you. So the majority of our time this morning is going to be spent on activating you. So as usual, if you have any questions along the way, please pop them into the comment. I will keep an eye on that channel. If you have questions later in the day, post them in the guides section of the group, the private Facebook group, and I will keep an eye on that. Or you also can DM me, you know how to reach me, that kind of stuff. So, yesterday we talked about the importance of being really clear on your true desire and also choosing to be consistent with clearing your energy, clearing out the debris, the data, the content, the story, the beliefs, all the stuff that you pile on top of sales, because sales are just sales. End of story. We add in all the extra stuff. So we talked a lot about that yesterday. Then the clearing of that debris, the alchemizing of this energy, this dense and sticky, limited energy is important. It is an ongoing process for the most part. It requires you to be consistent, to keep the practice up and to really make being present a priority so you can catch shadow the moment it reveals itself, the moment limitations pop in and it starts to hook its tendrils into you and starts to subvert what you're doing, how you're going to do it. All of that stuff that gets in your way of actually just taking a very clear and direct action. I'm inviting this person for a sales call. Anything that gets in the way must be alchemized. And it requires you to do it consistently. And I'll tell you, when you first get into this work in the beginning, it can seem like your whole day is spent on alchemizing shadow. It has to be done consistently until that shadow starts to lose its momentum, starts to lose its power, and it loses any hook that it has in you. You are completely unhooked, unattached, unplugged from it. So whenever it shows up, it's just like, oh yeah, there it is. No impact on you whatsoever. And activating is all about your state of being. It is about the energy that you are hosting in your body, the energy that you are plugged into and animating, bringing to life. We know that everything in our universe, anything in our experience is energy, right? It's a giant sea of energy, moving atoms and molecules and vibrations and frequencies and all that stuff. That's what our world is. And so we're constantly hosting an energy in our body. And your body is the vehicle for energy and creation to happen, right? Manifestation is the process of turning energy into 3D matter. That is manifestation. And your body is the tool or the vehicle that does that. The energy comes in, it comes through, you get an inkling, an idea, a thought to do something. There is a movement of energy that can happen through your body, through your words, through your fingers, through your typing, through your live streams, however it shows up, whatever the action is, that can turn that initial movement of energy into a creation, a client, a sale, money, a new car, a paid bill, whatever it is. Okay. So that's really important to remember that your body is the vehicle for energy to move through and become matter. We are that powerful. So you first get that awareness. You create from an awareness, an idea, some sort of inspired thought that comes through you that is in itself is a movement of energy. And you move that energy through your body, right? And you move into action based on that. And that action will be supportive of moving the idea into a physical creation, a new program, a new product, whatever the thing is. And so it's really easy in this example to see that the cleaner your energy is, the clearer of debris your mind, your body, and your energy is, the more unfiltered that energy can move through you. So I think about a car. If you think about your car, if the oil is thick, it's dirty, it's cloudy and murky, there's not enough of it, the levels are too low, your car's not going to run well. Right? That's how cars work. And the body is the same. If you've got stuff stuck in your nervous system, that when an idea or an intuition comes through, your warrior says, I know that your decree is to make, let's use a 10, what did I use yesterday? I think it was 7K. I know your decree is to make 7K this month. Your intuition starts feeding your warrior the actions to take. And your warrior is like, yeah, I'm going to go do that. And then it bumps up against something old, a limiting belief, a doubt, a fear, an insecurity, all the stuff that you haven't yet transformed, you haven't yet alchemized and shifted and moved past. Then it's like the oil in your car is so thick that the gears can't do their job properly. The energy gets blocked. It either gets blocked or it gets distorted on its way out. And so suddenly your energy is not all that clear. I love this explanation of manifestation. It makes so much sense. Perfect. I'm very happy to hear that. It makes sense to me as well. So it's the same thing for your energy, right? When you engage in any practice that helps to move energy in your body, your vehicle, you become a clearer path to host an active, unfiltered, free of debris energy. Imagine how powerful you can manifest and create when you are in that space. And I want to be really clear, like I have on the last line here, this is not a mindset activity. It is not a mental activity. There are so many methods for working with your mindset. And it's not that they're not powerful, they can be, but it is not enough. This is the time of the body. Manifestation happens through the body. So mindset alone will not create that ongoing transformation that you seek. Because ultimately, the quality of your thoughts, whether your thought is negative or positive, it doesn't really matter unless you choose to make it matter. When your energy is clear and it's active, you can have all kinds of negative thoughts running in the background, but they have no impact on you. They don't matter. It's just some kind of movement that you don't give any meaning to. So you remain in your power, you remain in your magnetism, you remain with your active intuition, you're taking aligned action. Energy is moving very cleanly and freely through you. Even if your mind is like, oh, that's never going to work for you, or you shouldn't do it that way, you don't pay attention to it because you are clear and grounded in your power. Let me know if that makes sense. It's not to say that being aware of your thoughts isn't powerful. It is. It's all about being present. And yes, you want to catch those shadow thoughts before they become manifest in you, before they have their hooks in you, before you plug into them and start operating from them. That's the big difference. So if your negative thoughts are such that suddenly you're like, oh yeah, you're right. And I'm not going to say it this way. I'm going to soften how I ask. I'm not going to ask this person because I don't feel it's the right time, or whatever the excuses and the shadow that comes up, then yes, your thoughts do matter because you've decided those thoughts matter, because that shadow is active for you. And that is when you want to flip the energy to your power. So when those thoughts of, I don't know, I hate sales, or sales are slimy, or an inconvenience, I don't want to bother anyone, I don't know who to ask, my audience is too small, we can come up with a massive list, right? Those thoughts are simply movements of energy that you decide to give meaning to or not. And the key will be where you are at energetically, whether you are in your shadow or you are in your power. And that is all about which energy is active. And this leads us into the next slide for today. And this is shadow alchemy. So I know many of you are familiar with these terms. Some of you may not be. So if you don't know what I'm talking about here, and you haven't got my free mini video series on the archetypes, please reach out to me and get that. It's going to be extremely beneficial for you. What you need to know for today's session is that you are always either animating shadow or you're animating power. You're somewhere on that spectrum, shadow or power. And manifestation is all about moving from a clean and clear energy that is grounded and rooted in the power archetypes or the light archetypes. It's about being uncluttered, clear of shadow, clear of the debris. All of that stuff is out of the way so that your active energy is in the power archetype. So learn about the archetypes. I'll talk a little bit about them in a second, but if you haven't got an awareness or knowledge of that, please let me know and we'll get you set up with that. So this means having an awareness of your energy at any time, no matter if you're working on your business or you're off doing something else. You have an awareness of the energy that you're running. Now, it doesn't mean that you're full-time in the back of your mind watching and thinking, oh, where's my energy right now? It doesn't mean getting active that way. It means choosing to be in your power archetypes and noticing if you're not, and doing what's necessary to flip it back to your power, and then going about what you're doing. out for a walk, cooking dinner, watching a movie, hanging with your kids, creating marketing, creating a new offer, whatever you're doing, you choose that your energy is activated in your power archetypes. That is how you activate you. When you have this active energy in you, you become extremely magnetic. Choose to be active in power archetypes, 100%. That's right. So this means that you have your energy grounded in the power archetypes. So your lover, your sovereign, your warrior, and your magician, they are all active. And if you get stuck in any one of these 4 areas, prostitute, child, victim, or saboteur, and you shift from the shadow into the power in one archetype, as soon as you have one power archetype active, you've got all of them active. Now you may flip back out into shadow in another area and you come back, let's say your victim gets active and you do what's necessary to come back to the warrior energy. Now you're in your lover, sovereign, warrior, magician. They're all active, right? You can't be in power here, shadow, right? They kind of work together. That is active energy. And when you have this activated in yourself, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You can be sitting on the couch watching Netflix and making a sale in your business because your energy is active. You're in your power. You're not believing the thoughts that sales require you to beat your decks 12 hours a day and you have to be always in action. That's just a shadow thought. Your power needs to be active. Your actions need to be precise and coded with your power archetypes. Then sales can happen anytime, anyway, even when you're off doing something else. So when power is active, shadow is dormant. I think of it like an electric plug. I'm plugged into the power or I'm plugged into my shadow. It's one or the other. Anytime I'm plugged into shadow, I'm a little stuck. I do what needs to happen in order to shift back to the power archetypes. So real briefly, I don't want to spend a lot of time on these because I know most of you are familiar. So activating the lover archetype, which is the opposite of the prostitute, means it's all related to your goals and what you value. So knowing the value of what you offer, setting your standards very, very high for how you're going to deliver it, who you're going to work with, and you do not settle. The prostitute will settle. The lover does not. The lover values herself, knows her worth, knows her value. Activating the sovereign, the opposite of the child, means making your decree that is based on your love's desire. I command this to happen. I take full adult responsibility, not the child responsibility, adult responsibility for making this happen. And the sovereign commits to it fully and will take full responsibility for manifesting that goal. It's going to happen. I command it to be, and so it is. Activating your warrior means taking actions that are guided by your intuition and following through no matter what, because the victim and the saboteur will have all kinds of things to say about following intuition. The warrior doesn't care. The warrior does not let shadow, does not let excuses, does not let the past, does not let limiting beliefs get in the way. The warrior takes the action. So that's the activating of the warrior. Activating your magician means that you allow, you know how manifestation works and you allow it to happen, even when you can't see how. You don't get involved with the how, you just simply trust and you know, and you are willing to take these giant leaps of faith and perhaps look like a fool and do all these things because your magician knows how creation works, understands the magic of it. Saboteur does not. So can you see you activate your value of your lover, the decree of your sovereign, the actions of your warrior, and the magic of the magician, right? That trust and that knowing that it's all happening. And when you activate those energies within you, you are unshakable, you are unstoppable, and you become extremely magnetic to the people that are right for your work. So the practice is to cultivate your ability and make it a priority to be aware of the energy that you're hosting in your body. What are you plugged into? And again, you want to have this awareness no matter what you're doing. So even if you're not working on your business, you still know that sales are happening, clients are finding you, your posts are activating people. You just know. It's not that you're sitting there thinking, okay, I know my sales are working and I know that people are going to reach out to me. That's shadow because you don't actually believe. When you believe, you believe. And you have that energy hosted, active, and running in your body at all times. Anytime you slip to shadow, you do the alchemy, whatever your practice is to shift from shadow back to power. So can you see the value of getting to know these archetypes and how powerful it can be when you understand how the prostitute shows up for you, how the child works for you, what the victim and the saboteur, how they show up for you? When you get to know these intimately, you can get very quick at understanding where you're in shadow, when you're in shadow, and how to flip it. You want to be present enough to know how to read energy in yourself, read energy in your potential clients, read energy in your current clients, so that you can understand how to help them in the most powerful way possible, right? No one else can do this for you. This is 100% the responsibility of you, okay? You are responsible for your creation, and you are responsible for whether you are plugged into shadow or you're plugged into power. That is your responsibility, and that is how you choose to activate you. Okay. So again, if you don't know about the archetypes, please let me know. I will get you set up on that. So still continuing along with you, because it's all about you. You want to choose to have active energy no matter what you're doing, right? And that is a choice that we always have. Now, it's true that sometimes we get embedded with our shadow and we get so enmeshed in it that it's very active for us, but you can still choose to shift that. Reading energy is important. Absolutely. Absolutely. So choose that your energy is going to be active. Make that decision. Command that to be your state of being. And then anytime it's not, you do the work to shift it. It's really your choice. Choose that sales can happen easily. Choose that sales can happen no matter what you're doing. You can be on vacation and sales can be happening. You can put a marketing post out 6 months ago. I take full responsibility. Beautiful. You could put a marketing post out 6 months ago that actually impacts someone tomorrow who then sends you a DM and becomes a client. You don't know. That's the magician's job. You don't need to know how. You follow through on your ideas that come through you because your energy is active. Intuition says, hey, write a post about this. You make it precise and potent. You put it out, you walk away. Let the magician do its business over there. Now you're on to the next activity. What's the next idea that flows you? Maybe your intuition says, go sit still for a day. Don't put anything out. You trust it, right? Choose active energy. And I don't mean active as in doing, I mean active as in alive, clear of debris, current energy. And always trust your intuition. Even if it tells your mind, if your mind tells you that what your intuition is telling you is crazy, it doesn't sound right, you shouldn't do it, people are going to judge you, what are they going to think? Because intuition will drive your shadow crazy. And we want that. We want our intuition will do two things. It will either lead you on a clear and direct path to the thing you desire, the thing you command, just sale, or it's going to lead you to your shadow so you can alchemize it. Because if you're operating in shadow, you're not in power. So intuition often, especially in the beginning, is going to lead you to lots of shadow so that you can alchemize it. And anytime your intuition gets active, it drives your shadow crazy. Your shadow doesn't want it active because shadow wants to survive. It wants to live, right? So trust your intuition, follow your intuition. Stop trying to control everything. You do not know how things are going to work out. That's the saboteur, 100%. And the saboteur will always kill the magic of manifestation. The magician understands how creation works. The saboteur does not. So when you find yourself trying to control how things happen, trying to control what your intuition tells you to do, trying to control everything, you are getting in your own way and you need to stop. That is a clear sign that you are in shadow. When you're in your power archetypes, you just take the action and then you move on to the next thing. Okay. Okay. Whew, I'm ranting on today. So, and then the last piece of really, activating you is that you choose that your shadow, every little tiny piece, every iota of shadow is a lie. You choose to know that. And in that, you choose to find the truth always. So when you have a shadow that's active, you want to dig down. Sometimes we get a surface understanding of what the shadow is saying. I don't want to reach out to this person in case they say no. Maybe that's your core, but why? What happens if they say no? What does that mean? Well, if they say no, that means that I'm no good. They don't want what I want. Okay, what does that mean? Well, if they don't want what I want, then That means what I offer isn't valuable. And what does that mean? Well, if it isn't valuable, I'm not going to make any money. Okay. So if you won't make any money, what does that mean? Well, I'm probably going to have to go get a job, or, you keep going. What does it mean till you get to the core lie? Shadow is always about survival. Your shadow wants to live. Your shadow wants to survive. I love this. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. Thank you for the comments. Shadow is a lie, always. So what we want to be mindful of is digging down to the core lie, because all shadows hold a core lie in place. And when it comes to sales, we have a lot of shadow, a lot of things that we put in our own way in order to not have the reality, the core lie of the shadow exposed. Because when you expose the core lie of the shadow, now you can find the truth. Now you can kill that shadow, unplug from that shadow. When you unplug, the shadow dies, and it doesn't like that. So shadow gets very active, especially in sales. If you want uncomplicated sales, you got to deal with your shadow. Okay. All shadow is a lie. It holds illusion and delusion in place for us in order to keep us safe and surviving. So you want to learn the art of manifestation. You've got to drill down to the very, very core lie. What is that lie that's really got its hooks in you? And you're probably going to feel it in your navel area, in your core. So the more you can relax your belly, the more you can deep breathe, especially when your shadows are active, and just let it all out. Let the rant go all the way to the core. Then you have something to work with. Now you have data to work with. Now you can provide the truth. Are you likely to become homeless and not have any food to eat? Probably not. Oh, so maybe your offer needs some work, or maybe you need to shift the type of work you do, or maybe you need to create a different product. Whatever it is, you'll come up with something because you value yourself, you set your command, your intuition gets your warrior in action, and you let your magician do its work, right? You choose the power. Okay, so that's about you. It's about choosing active energy, activated energy, your power archetypes at all times. Anytime you're not in it, shift it, transmute it. Shadow alchemy, an amazing practice. If you want to know more about this tool, we go deep into it From Offers to Sales. It's a big part of the program. I also practice and teach quantum flow, a physical breath movement exercise to really get energy in the nervous system moving and flowing. There are lots of different modalities out there. The most powerful one I've come across is shadow alchemy. That combined with quantum flow, it's unbelievable. We need to shift from shadow to power. Okay. So that's you. Now we're going to talk about how do you activate your sales. So you have this awareness of the energy that you're hosting in your body, and you're always choosing to ground yourself in the power or the light archetypes, right? And then you choose to be unshakable from that, no matter what. This is when you are deeply rooted in your lover, in your sovereign, in your warrior, in your magician. And it doesn't matter what your intuition says. Your intuition can, let's say you come across a 7, you need to get out of your own way. Absolutely. We all need to get out of our own way. It's shadow. It's just shadow. Shadow needs to get out of the way. So let's imagine that your intuition, one day you come across this high level coach, for example, someone who you know is earning 7 figures, and you're not at 7 figures, but your intuition says invite them to work with you. I leave that silence there for you to simply witness and observe what comes up for you. You've come across this 7-figure coach. They're doing great, but you can see they have some stuff they need to work through. They're ready for another level. And your intuition says, reach out to them and give them a 50K package. You've never sold more than a 5K package. Your intuition tells you to do this. Imagine the shadow that will come up. Remember, I said intuition will always lead you to either a direct path to the thing you desire and you command into being, a sale, or it's going to lead you to shadow so you can alchemize. Imagine you do the alchemy on this shadow, all that junk that just came up in that big pregnant pause I gave you. You do the alchemy and you reach out to this person and they say yes. You don't know, maybe. Just because it's never happened before, does that mean it can't happen today, this afternoon, as soon as we're done this call? Right? Be grounded in your power, be grounded in your truth, and be unshakable no matter who is in front of you, no matter what action your intuition tells you to take. If you become shakable, if you get shook up, you need to do some alchemy. You need to take like full responsibility for choosing this always. You choose to have your active energy before a sales call, during a sales call, and after a sales call. So this is really important. Before, during, after. You are detached. You are in your power archetypes. You are ready to do what your intuition guides you to. So remember that sales is simply a combination of energy, some sort of intuitive nudge to work with someone or invite someone or offer someone, plus an action. You send out a message, you pick up your phone, you send an email, whatever the action is, right? There's a nudge, intuition comes in, and there's an action. So it's a combination of energy and action. The action you take through the vehicle of your body is where the energy gets converted into money. You put out an invitation, you have a conversation, and they respond. Yes or no, whatever. Activating your sales means that you follow that intuitive hit no matter what. Shadow will always tell you the reasons why not to. You choose not to listen. You alchemize any shadow as and when needed so that you are active in your power archetypes. So a result will happen. They're going to say yes. They're going to say no. You remain active in your power. This is how you are active in sales. When you are active in your power, you don't make that no mean anything about you, about your service, about you can look at the data and see maybe you needed to tweak something. That's a possibility, but you don't make it mean that you suck at sales, your offer is no good, you should never have reached out to them. None of that. You do not make their response mean anything. You do not make their response activate your shadows to bring your shadows back to life. Yes, you can read the information, the data from the interaction. Maybe you got into shadow in the middle of the sales calls, whatever, but you stay detached from making it matter and you simply look at that data so you can learn. It's simply information that you get to learn from, some sort of code that gets presented to you where you know you can improve next time. Okay. So you want to be active in your sales. So before, during, and after, clear your energy, step into your power archetypes. It really is like stepping into your power archetypes. Step into them, sit in them, be them, embody them, detach from any neediness, detach from any requirements from the sale, detach from any prerequisites you put around the sale. Let your sales be active because your energy is current, it's powerful, you're plugged in. What is that? Turn in and tune on, something like that is an old expression from the 60s, right? You're present. You're present. You're present with sales. A sale is a sale. An invitation to a sale is an invitation of a sale. That's it. Do not make it mean anything else. Okay, and this leads us into the final part for today's session, and that is activating your soul clients. So, I talked about this yesterday, that you have to have a clear and potent offer and you have to have precise marketing. You've got to have those two things if you're in business. And all of that is covered in From Offers to Sales. That's the program where we start this week with the pre-assignments and the first call is next Thursday. Get into that program if you need work on your offers and your sales. We're going to look at offers, launches, marketing, and sales. All of that stuff, we're going to do it all together through the lens of the archetypes. I will call out your shadows. So you need a clear offer. You need precise marketing. Of course, we know that. We are not covering that in this 3-day challenge. That is too much for 3 days. So your marketing is where you really begin to activate your soul clients. And again, we are not covering that today, but it does carry us through to sales. So soul clients, clients who are ready for the work you do, who are ready for what you offer, who are going to benefit from your expertise, your body of work, from your products that you sell, whatever it is, you know that what you offer is going to help them to transform or unlock their next level. Even if they don't know that your body of work or your product or your service is the thing that will help them, it is the job of your marketing to activate this within them. Whereas there's something in them that says, kind of interested in what this person has to say, or there's just something, whether they're aware of it or not. So your marketing starts that activation. Once they're activated and they've connected with you, the next step obviously is for you to invite them to buy from you, to work with you, buy your product, buy your service, join your program, whatever it is. Yesterday, you outlined your clear sales path, right? So whether you invite them to a sales call or you send them a payment page or a web page where they can book a call with you, whatever your process is. They got activated by your marketing. You've got your clear sales path. Your job is to ensure that you remain in your active energy. It doesn't matter if this person buys from you or not. You've decreed your 7K month, I believe is what we picked. You decreed your 7K month. You've taken full responsibility and command that it is happening. Doesn't mean it's going to happen from the sale. It might not. You detach. You listen to your intuition. Your intuition says, go ahead and send this payment page to the person. It's time. You remain active in your energy. And when your energy is active in every interaction you have with this person who is right for your body of work, because your marketing activated them, when your energy is active, you become extremely magnetic. You stay rooted in your power, and it's not in a way that's manipulative. You're not coming at it from this, I am so powerful and you need what I want. It's not that kind of power. It's simply rooted and grounded in the truth of who you are, the truth of how you help people, and bringing that energy alive in the sales path, in this process that you have outlined for people to move from your marketing to a sale. You remain detached from the outcome. There, you do not bring the neediness in. You stay clear. You can help them to expose their own shadow or unlock their next level. So to activate your sales, your soul client means that you are aware of your energy. You are aware of the energy of your sales path, which we outlined yesterday, and you choose to be active, unshakable in your offer. You choose to trust your intuition, and you choose to enter the conversation and lead the conversation from that place. You lead the person through your sales pathway from that place. Now, this can sound a little counterintuitive because I want to tell you that the less prepared you are, the cleaner your channel is. You don't know before you enter into the sales conversation with the most perfect soul client, you don't actually know what they need to hear, what their real objection is until you connect them. Most of us will say, oh yeah, my client's objection is always money. They don't have the money. If you dig deeper, there is a shadow at play that you can pull out for them. And suddenly they find the money. You aren't going to access that if you go into your sales conversation all prepared and scripted and you've got everything that you've spent all this time working on ahead of time because you're not present with them. To really activate the person in front of you, you get present, you embody and activate your power archetype so that you can hear them, so that you know and trust your intuition to lead the conversation. It's scary. Yes. What if you say the wrong thing? What if nothing comes to mind and you sit there in silence for 30 seconds? Maybe that's exactly what they need. You don't know. The part of you that wants to know is the saboteur that tries to control everything, and the saboteur kills the magic. Can you see that, how that comes full circle? You want to demonstrate to this beautiful potential soul client, this person you'd love to work with, you know you can help. You want to demonstrate all of this, all of the power archetypes, so that they can see their own shadow, so that they can reveal their own shadow and they can work through it with you. And it's an obvious, yes, I need more of this. I'm going to work with this person. Can you see how that works? It's extremely, extremely powerful. Okay. So activate you, activate your sales and your pathway, and activate your soul clients. Choose to be present, choose to be grounded, choose to be open to letting your intuition take the lead, to letting your magician do its magic, to get the saboteur out of the way, the victim out of the way, to bust the child energy that wants it all to happen without you having to take responsibility. Step up, be in your sovereign self, who takes command of the value that your lover provides. Your lover says, this is what we want. We're not settling for less. Dig deep into the objection. Yes, you have to dig deep. And you want to dig deep in a way that is from your own power. If you dig deep into your soul client's objections from your shadow, you are both going back and forth in shadow, you're probably not making sales. Let that sink in. When you can hold that active energy, they can reveal their shadow without you really saying much. You can pull it out of them simply by demonstrating, by being that, by showing up in that energy. So before, during, and after a sales call or a sales path or anything to do with sales, you choose this energy. You see the full circle of it? It's so, so powerful. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Lots of yeses. Good, good, good. Okay. So, all right. Are you guys ready for assignments? Day 2 assignments. So remember, I will send this to you by email. You can take a screenshot of this if you want to get started right away or work it down, write it down, but I will be sending it to you by email this afternoon. So day 2, assignment 3. I want you to refer back to assignment 2 from yesterday, that list of reasons why your sales path isn't going to work, all the excuses, all the limiting beliefs, all that stuff, and dig within yourself until you find the core lie. What is that core that has its hooks in you that is preventing you from really being bold and being powerful in your sales? Once you identify that core, then you do the work to flip it. So you can write, you can speak, you reveal the truth to it. You present the truth to that core lie until you feel the energy unlock in your body, not just in your mind. Shadow alchemy is not a mental activity. Mindset doesn't really matter because we can tell ourselves a different reality, but if you don't have it in your energy, it's not activated and it won't last. You'll get this moment of, oh yeah, I did it, I'm good. And then the shadow's right back in. It's about unhooking the shadow completely. So go back to that list of reasons why it's not going to work. Dig down till you find what is core for you. It's different for everybody. Find that core and then speak the truth to it and write it down and get real. Post it in the group. You can either post a photo of your written page, or if you typed it, you can put that, or you can even post a video of you ranting out the opposite, the truth. Okay. Assignment number 4. So this goes back to assignment number 1 yesterday. You outlined a clear sales path that you're going to do. And here's the thing. Today, I want you to connect 10 people on that sales path, that clear path that you outlined for yourself. You go and connect with 10 people. I don't care what the outcome is. You don't care what the outcome is. You just get into this action. When you do it, you're going to learn something. You might get sales. That's possible. You might get 10 no's. You might get half and half. You might get all kinds of things. What you will always get is data, information for you to learn from. So 10 people, and then I want you to post it in the group when you've done it. This is pushing you. This is pushing your shadow. Your shadow is going to scream and do all kinds of things. That's okay, because you're not living in your shadow anymore. Okay. Do it no matter what. And then just learn from whatever data you receive. Maybe you're sending DMs invitations and they're really long-winded and people aren't reading them and you get nothing back. Or maybe you're too wishy-washy, or, maybe you nail the tone and then they say, yeah, let's book a call. Who knows? You don't know. You want to go into this with that open mind that I wonder what will happen. I wonder who I should reach out to. I wonder what's next. Go at it with that place of curiosity and wonder and joy and excitement and see what happens. Okay. So that is what I have for you today. Activate your energy in you, in your sales, in your soul clients. If you have any questions, pop it in the chat or pop it in our group. I will keep an eye on this. And remember, if you are ready to go to the next level, join me in the From Offers to Sales program. I've got 6 weeks. It's actually 7 weeks because we have 1 week of pre-assignments and then we dive in. March 31st is the first group call. So get signed up for that. It's only 1,100 Canadian dollars. So it's a really good deal. And you are going to do the work. I'm going to call out your shadows. You're going to do lots of shadow busting in this program. So if that's for you, let me know. Happy to send you the link. And I will see you tomorrow for day 3. Tomorrow is stick the landing. So if you're familiar with gymnastics, that's when you do your flip off of the beam or the bar and you land perfectly. So think about that in your sales. All right, guys, have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.